Shalom, friends. It's time to be moving towards selling my art. And there's a bit of a pun intended, in that statement. It's a little bit of a double message. I hope to explain that a little bit further as we move along in the video. Too many words of moving. Oy vey. It's actually quite a bit of a nerve-wracking experience, and so I hope you'll bear with me. I'm looking into playing around and figuring out how I can do a couple of short videos that capture what I'm doing and my process as I'm looking to have some more focused time, some daily time working with my art, and also working with, at this stage, the art that I'm doing is tweaking or improving or backing, working with the art that I have already in order to prepare it for selling purposes. And then I hope to get to do some other art that I have in mind and I would really like to be able to do. So this video is a little bit of chatting while I show the images, and I hope that the images will speak for themselves to a certain extent. The process is rather like hitting two birds with one stone, or setting up that dominoes effect in many ways. It's kind of like taking one task and hoping and waiting and preparing, all sorts of different verbs that could be used over there, while it sets a whole ripple effect in motion. And I could bring out some more images there, or I could paint some images, but let me explain. I've been working on preparing my art for sale, and there are a few goals with that. The one is practically being able to have my art in a manner that's suitable for selling. The other is to work on decluttering a little bit, to clear my space of the things that I have, that I can start to work towards having my art studio that I'm needing. And for that, I need to clear some space. I also am working towards moving to a more suitable space, that I can have more space, I can have better lighting, better natural lighting in the room, better equipment for lighting, better equipment for photographing or videoing. And so some of that is what this video is about. Some of the video is also just to share some of the art, some of the process that I'm going through. So step 2 was finding the materials that I have readily available to help to prepare and to improve my art for selling purposes. And then the next step is to go through my art to decide which of my items I'd like to sell, or which of my art is suitable for selling. I apologize once again for the poor lighting, and that is another reason as to why we need more suitable space, so that we can improve everything of what we're doing. We can have the space to set up the equipment, we can have the funding to purchase the equipment, improve our income so that we can move to a better space. There's so many variables involved, and that's why it's kind of like this sharing of this video is not just sharing a little bit of my art, but it's also starting to work towards what can I do working with the things that I have, whether it's card that I have, whether it's drawings that I have, materials I have, fine liners I might have, or paint that I have, the various things that I have readily available, and how can I put that into a format that's suitable for selling. So as you can see in the images here, quite a lot of my art is abstract, and I can get into a little bit more about how I came to do abstract, or why abstract art is meaningful for me, if you're interested. So if you are interested, then please put a comment in the comments below and let me know. I also have some images that are inspired by nature. I have quite a lot that have flowers, which you don't see in the images right now, but I do have quite a lot with flowers. I also have some various animals. The In the images here, you see some owls and elephants. I think I might have some other animals as well. I love doing trees, various different designs with nature. I'm very fascinated by color and by light. And so that comes through in a lot of my images. And another reason why I'm frustrated that the lighting is not quite good enough to help you to see the quality of my art effectively. But I'm working with what I have, and I hope you'll bear with me and join me on this process. So just to mention, as you see also in the images, I did obtain 10 mats with the backing that I've used for mounting some of my smaller drawings, which are on a 5 size card, I think. And once I'd used the mats that I had available, I wanted to start preparing some of my slightly larger drawings. Some of them are A4 sizes, some of them are between A4 and A5 size. And then I have others that are larger, more A3 size. And I was a little bit frustrated that going into stationery stores and into an art store, I haven't quite found those same mats and backing. I might have to order some more on Amazon or something. In the meantime, I did find some cardboard and some colored card, which you'll see coming up shortly. I also saw some interesting pieces of hardboard, which I might purchase some of those and attach some of my drawings to. I have to think about that a bit. In fact, that gives me an idea of what to do with. I might get into doing either some mixed media or some kind of thoughts going on as I'm preparing this video. I'm going to have to put that on hold and get back to those thoughts shortly. But what's triggering this thought is because some of the art that I discovered, and you'll see coming up a little bit later, is an image that I have with some butterflies that I draw onto a colored abstract background. That abstract art was originally drawn with colored pencils, and I hadn't paid attention when somebody gave me those colored pencils that they were actually aquarelle. So when I was given a fixative, I decided I'd have a look and see what happens if I try to make sure that the drawings I'd done, these abstract drawings, would last for a longer period of time. I thought that perhaps using a fixative would be a good idea. And I was surprised and a little bit frustrated to discover that the colors kind of, I don't know, they blended and they smeared and I want to say that it ruined the images, but I discovered in my process that sometimes my flops and working with my flops have become my greatest art. So I'm not giving up on that yet. The drawings that I did with the butterflies, with the fine liner, that smudged a little bit. So I'm on the lookout for a better fine liner that doesn't smudge. When I went into the art studio, an art store just a few days ago, I was surprised that they didn't quite understand when I was saying I needed a fine liner that doesn't smudge. And they pointed me in the direction of a gel fine liner, promised me that it wouldn't smudge, and it actually did when I started doing some drawing and some lines and definition on an image. So I have to be very careful as to how I use those. I'm still on the lookout for the right fine liner to use and to improve my pen and ink drawing. In the meantime, that set of aquarelle drawings, I might actually just turn into some collage or something different. I have to think about that. And perhaps I'll come back with another video to show that a little bit more. In the meantime, you'll see coming up the card, the colored card, the various different little videos that I've taken, having a look at how it changes the whole mood of the image if I use a turquoise or a blue or a red behind one of my drawings. The drawing itself is a very lovely soft drawing, and I was bit frustrated that the colors aren't coming up nicely, but as you'll see later on in my image with the completed mounted drawings, that I did do a little bit more work on that drawing. You'll see now with an abstract that I've used 2 other color cards, and it's quite fascinating to see and to try and decide which color card to put behind and whether to layer it to put a color and then just a card, or to leave that completely up to whoever purchases and maybe don't put any backing at all. I'm interested to hear from you what your thoughts are as to how you prefer to receive your image if you're purchasing a drawing. Quite a lot of my drawings are using colored pencils. I'm also getting into doing some more watercolor paint. You'll see in my video that has a few of my pieces of art that are ready for sale that I have behind one of my abstracts that's done on silk. I really love using silk, but I haven't found the right store for all the materials that I need for painting on silk here in Israel. So maybe I'll get back to that. In the meantime, I have a lot of other opportunities and options. I need to improve my painting with acrylic because I have a whole project in store that I'm wanting to do. I have some pieces of hardboard that we need to paint up, and some other items I'll get to be doing in some other videos. In the meantime, I hope that this has been of interest for you. It's landed up being longer than I thought it would be, but I hope it's given you a glimpse into my art, and I thank you very much for joining me in this little video. If you have any questions or have any suggestions of what you'd like to see in further videos, please let me know. If not, I'll be putting out, I don't want to promise, but I plan to put out a few more videos that share some of my process, some of my art, and hope that you'll join me on in the process. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. That's Shoshanah Shear coming to you from a kind of cold Jerusalem. We're preparing for the potential of snow. We'll see if that happens. In the meantime, I wish you a very blessed day, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Ciao for now.